She dropping, get it shaking,
I
get it
love
popping. She
Chris Finch.
shaking, she dropping, yeah. No, I can't slip, no, I can't slip. Bitcoin for the black market, drop a bit on the gift, yeah. No, I can't slip, no, I can't slip. Bitcoin for the black market, drop a bit on the gift, yeah. Shaking, she popping.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Hey,
What's
how
up?
are you?
I'm finding yourself. How you doing?
Pretty good, thank you. How are you holding up during this quarantine?
I'm alright. Can't complain. I guess still essential working. Just trying to maintain and do what I do best. I wish outside to open up. It's get nice out. You know what I mean? So
Right, but
yeah,
that's great. At least you're still working. I know a lot of people weren't able to work and like they're lost now, so that's good.
yeah,
Are you
definitely.
writing still during the
Yeah.
process or?
I slowed down once I put out Gotham. Like once I publish something, I take a little break. You know what I'm saying? Kind of double back, refresh the memory. Like you know what I'm saying. This would probably be like my vacation process. Like I would probably go travel and figure things
Mhm.
out and just kind of push the brand itself, the color money. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my bro Mars Maximus. You know what I'm saying? Got our own LLC and everything. From merchandise to
Nice.
music, my music, of course, and there's many other things, for the near future. So it's just been all positive, just been grounded. That's the best thing you can do. You know.
That's amazing. So, since you mentioned it, let's go into that first with color money.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
well,
really dope.
with color money, pretty much, bro came up with the name. His full concept behind the name, I'm not too fully sure, but basically, people of all races get money. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably the way I interpretate, what I'm saying, the word color money and things of that nature. It's just like, we shop good, what I'm saying, just good, clean fabric, what I'm saying, and it's just dope, help us brand and other things, and we're gonna get into some more things and hopefully some foundation work, what I'm saying, get back to the community, what I'm saying, back to some of these neighborhoods I grew up on. So, what I mean? Things of that nature.
That's so dope. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I like the colors. The colors are fire.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. We're gonna have more different things, more different colorways and styles. Everybody wants to switch it up. Sneakerheads. I'm definitely one of those. You know what I mean? So you definitely gotta get some sneakerheads on here. 'Cause, when things get right. For the viewers and stuff like that. It's a lot of people. Some good feet games, man. King, what up, brother?
Yes, what up, Keem? Yes,
Eric,
no,
what's
that's
up, man?
amazing.
Kev, Brax. Yeah, but it's dope. Like, what I'm saying? It's been great. Like, what I'm saying? How you been? Like, what you been up to since the quarantine?
Quarantine has been really different. So I'm actually not working. So the whole time of quarantine, I'm able to pretty much like create new things, start from scratch, come up with new ideas. So it's like really exciting. And believe it or not, I love doing these digital, virtual interviews. I'm like, yo, this is
Yeah.
fire.
But
Cause
this is really like my first time. You know what I'm saying? Anything on the internet is just miscellaneous. Majority of the time, it's not promotion. So this is cool. It's interesting to me. Like being on here, and I did real life interviews face to face, which we probably would have did, but epidemic. You know what I mean? So but it's a blessing we could do this stuff and people can see it, and then we can double back on it and look at the growth. It's a beautiful thing.
that's a fact. That's a fact. And with your music, I first of all, I've known you've been doing music for years.
Yeah.
I remember I told you I was like, yo, there's this one song that you had put it on. I was like, yo, this song is dope. And you was like, you listen to that? I was like, yeah, 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 I listened to that. So I
Thank
never
you.
asked you. You're welcome. When was the first time you picked up the pen to start writing?
Okay. I picked up the pen. I say fifth grade. I was about like 11, going on 12. One of my classmates, my boy, his name is Disco too. His real name David, but they call him Disco. Pretty much like he came to school with some dope rap, and he's like, he rapped for everybody. And it was dope, and I was like, yo, how you learn how to rap? He's like, honestly, bro, like my older brother showed me how to rap. He really wrote it, but I learned how to study it and things of that nature. So from there, I just always been musically inclined. But once you deep dive into lyricism and the context of the rap, and then the story behind these people, it becomes interesting, and then you want to, what I'm saying, exert yourself. And I mean, I wasn't 6'8", 6'4", so and my left wasn't too good, so I think rap was alright for me. Yeah.
Wow, that's really early though.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really start really like jumping in the studio to record until like I was about 15 years of age. You know what I'm saying? Like I write my own lyrics. You know what I'm saying? I didn't I didn't become a licensed songwriter until later on in my my early 20s, about like 22. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's definitely a big learning experience. It's great. You know what I'm saying? I like to help others, just creativity wise. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot. I learned a lot from it. It's fun.
That's amazing, and especially because you're talking about first time in the studio, 15. Like that's
Yeah.
high school. That's early, early high school. That's so dope. Do you
Yeah.
remember like what your first song was about?
Oh, my first song was, it was a little rough around the edges. Grew up a little rough, a little hoodlum. So my song was, it's about poverty and just growing up and then just trying to overcome. It went from there, you know what I'm saying? It was just like shout out to my guy, Black, you know what I'm saying? He does camera work, he's a producer and everything as well. He also was an artist, you know what I'm saying? But one of the first people to ever record me, within Westchester, or, take it serious, like, you know what I'm saying, some young dude wanting to rap, because everybody want to rap nowadays, or everybody's making some type of, spotlight. So um it was just a good feeling, like he was showing me pointers and stuff, and I just took it serious from there. I always just didn't think about my pen game, and then it was just like the song was just really about poverty and just the struggles and things of that nature. And people rock with it, but at those times, I didn't know about owning beats and purchasing and leasing and things of that nature. So I was rapping on other people's beats. I come from that era, so that was pretty much that. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. And it's still popping. You hop on the right beat, you might end up in somebody's Instagram feed and all of that. So that's
That-
fire.
Definitely, definitely. You know what I'm saying? When you stick to your guns and you do the things that make you happy. You know what I'm saying? You also got to be kind of relative to the people. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about pure creativity, versatility. And then your work ethic just got to be there. You know what I'm saying? You got to really want. You got to really want it. I can't say my work ethic can be better, even for myself, but I'm still learning the process because I'm independent and I'm trying to, become a mogul. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do more business besides just a rapper. I want to rap for myself. I don't want to rap for nobody else. You feel me?
That's so smart. One of the things I never asked you was Bridge Belvy. Like, how did that name come about?
Okay, so the name Bridge was an idea of me. Well, I started off as D Bridge. A lot of people don't know that. So when I was my name's Dante. So we started off with D Bridge. I didn't like that at all. It just sounded, it was just off. But the whole concept of the bridge, like, you know what I'm saying, New York is an island, so you need bridges to get around. You need bridges to keep the city alive. So basically, I'm just saying I'm gonna build structure all around me. Um, the Belvy part basically was Belvedere. I had to abbreviate it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I guess, how young, um, just turned about 21. First drink of liquor was Belvedere, and I was running with it, so it stuck. And I thought it was classy. It gave me a James Bond feeling. It was good, so I ran with it. It was cool. And nothing too crazy behind that part of the name. And it felt good for my, I battle rap before, you know what I'm saying, in my earlier years. So that was like my moniker and stuff like that. And where you got the, you know what I'm saying, flip words and stuff like that. So that's pretty much that.
That's so dope. And yeah, I remember that you used to do the battle raps, and then I was listening to Gotham, and I was like, wow, these songs are so different from like battle rap. So was it ever challenging for you? Like, would you say you started off with battle rap after making songs, or battle rap first and then songs?
Well, I was always in the process of making songs, but I had to still, you know, my flow was more like old school hip hop based. So the beats, the tempos were more fast, more up tempo. You know what I'm saying, more dancey, and I wasn't really used to that, so I had to adjust. You know what I'm saying, but I guess when you battle rap, people use run-on sentences. It's more of a presentation than really like bar for bar. You go bar for bar, but it's not really verse. You know what I mean. You don't really count too many bars. You know when to stop, or you know how many bars you can count. But like I don't know. I just started off with battle rap, and it just went somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to with it. You know what I'm saying, when he was doing the battle events in Westchester, you know what I'm saying, he came up with the idea together, and then pretty much he took it to the next level, and I was just there to help. You know what I mean? Just to support as much as possible, and it was just fun for me. You know what I'm saying? Just to get the more lyrical ability off, but you gotta be more catchier for your music. You know what I'm saying? It's a different lane when you're focused on, you know what I'm saying, like the industry charts and all of that stuff. I'm saying you gotta work your way there. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much it.
That's dope though, and especially the fact that you can battle rap. I don't think people understand how difficult that is. you
Nah,
know.
it's definitely difficult. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have tough skin. You know what I'm saying? They gonna dig up dirt. They gonna say things that may bother you, but they may not be true. So it's like, you can't have a weak stomach up there. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have fun, and you gotta be able to hit a nerve and things of that nature. So that's pretty much what that is like. You know what I'm saying? Kills the stud, bro. That's pretty much what that is like. Just present yourself. My presentation, I guess I had a lot of moxie, so people enjoyed it, and it was fun. It was fun. Maybe in the near future, I might continue, jump back in it. As
Yeah,
a,
that would be dope.
that'd be dope. You know what I'm saying? If the price is right.
Exactly, money first.
If the
Exactly.
price is right.
So with Gotham, right? Dope project. You put
Thank
quite a few songs on there, different styles.
you.
Perfect. So the title. Let's get into the title first. How did you come up with the title?
Okay, so I'm a big fan of the Bruce Wayne concept of how he's a civilian trying to a civilian vigilante. You know what I'm saying? Kind of superhero type of vibe, but like he has a dark side. You know what I'm saying? And Gotham itself, before he became Batman or before he be able to become the savior of the community or do anything, he was a child. So it was just crime running around, and New York is a heavenly crime type of place. It's more than just crime, though. It's good vibes as well, but it was just a dark, gloomy night, and that picture of the cover. Like, me and bro was on the highway down to get some food, and then I was like, I took the picture, and then it's like, just gave me that Gotham vibe, and the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's it. Just giving people like you know, a different, I would say, a different perspective. I'm saying with lyricism, delivery, and just all around production. That's it. Kind of painting more of a cinematic feel vibe. You know what I'm saying? Paint a picture, and I sometimes I pick certain characters to kind of help me paint that picture with the realism of the music. You know.
That's dope. And yeah, there's definitely a few references to characters, but before I get in there, I'll just start off with the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So you have a line, put my city on my back, yeah, bleed for this. That was really dope. Of
Yeah.
course, I know your city, Yonkers, but
Yeah.
can we get into the love for your city, why that line was important to you, and how did Yonkers possibly shape you as an artist?
Well, Bianca shaped me as an artist. Pretty much, we got the greats, Rough Riders, the Locks, Mary, and many more other artists. I'm saying, it's just like it's not too much, you know, camaraderie here. I mean, at least to me, it's not. But I don't really complain. I just feel like in order for somebody to take off and for somebody's vision to, everybody got to push the envelope. Not everybody's going to see your vision or want to always promote what you're doing. But I'm saying that you got to just grasp. I feel I'm more hands on. I might not be the most popular guy musically, possibly. What I'm saying? People know, people enjoy it, but I'm hands on. I'm outside. I'm trying to get back to the community. I'm doing the right things. So I think that's just in my heart. I just want to see my city win, and it's just kind of take these kids from poverty-stricken situations because I grew up in rough conditions, and we made it better. You know what I mean?
That's dope, and I'm glad you brought that up too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we definitely have the greats, but I feel like it's the hard times that make these artists so great when they come out of the city. You know.
Yeah, definitely. Everything's a process. You know what I'm saying? Without blood, sweat, and tears, you really won't have nothing. It's no story without it. So, I just put my best foot forward, and I stay most humble as possible. On the music, I get to be a little braggadocious. You know what I'm saying? And talk my shit though. But I'm all the way around humble and just a good person.
Yeah, no, definitely very humble. It's crazy because, like I said, with the battle rap, once I saw you doing battle rap, I was like, okay, that's tough. And then the project, like, the beats you use are really, really good. The flow is really good. One of my favorite songs was Embassy.
That's
So
one of mine. records too. That's
Yeah, like how did you come up with that? What was that like for you?
oh, okay. The embassy. When I got the embassy beat, I had the embassy beat for like 2 weeks, and I wrote at least about 6 songs to that beat, and then I didn't like none of them. Like I felt like they wasn't there. They didn't fit the project, and I liked the beat so much, and I was feeling to really put something. And then shout out to my boy Flock. He's one of like the highest sales reps for Burberry Saks Fifth. And then I've been dying. You know what I'm saying? I got my bread right. I've been dying to get a trench coat, and then I was in the midst of watching the Top Boy series, and you know what I'm saying, we gonna crash you with the status, we smoke out, you know what I'm saying, and then my jacket from London, you know what I'm saying, it was just felt like, and then the whole embassy, the whole vibe is like, it's just a whole, this like boss, like, you know, international vibe, like, it just felt good, like, you know what I'm saying, it just felt good, it just brought the vibe out, and then you just wanted to kind of paint a story like in the sense of like the same way I relate from that show, like just being from the projects and running around at a young age and trying to find yourself and get into certain things. So it's just like my version of what you see out of their series on the TV and the life that they could be living in London possibly. I don't know. I'm real big on like the whole London architecture and stuff like that. I like that place for some reason. And never been there, but hopefully the rap takes me there. I'm trying to see stuff.
Yeah, that was actually my next question. That's funny that you mentioned that, but that's fire. I would have never guessed that. Like you were into London and that look.
Yeah, landscape. One of my you know what I'm saying, one of my grandmother's good friends, her and her good friend, they went to London and they talked about it a lot and I seen a lot of pictures and souvenirs and things like that. And then everybody wanted to buy the designer clothes and things like that. So London is the place for that, you know what I'm saying? But and then I'm just a big fan of Burberry too. So yeah, so it's just everything fits in the realm. Like it was a great song. I like the beat mostly though. The beat is dope. So.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you because there's also a few other songs where you mentioned name brands. Name brands definitely pop up. So I
Yeah,
was gonna ask you, what are your three favorite designers? Now I already know Burberry is one of them.
yeah, Burberry's on the list. Of course, Color Money, maybe more. That's number two, and I would say my third brand would be Puma because I really like Puma clogs. I'm old school with it. Those are like if you want to wear a nice suede casual sneaker that can match different things in your closet, that's the shoe to go for. You know what I'm saying? It's a good vibe. Real clean and cut. You know what I'm saying? Clyde Frazier. He's a Nick. He's a New Yorker. So in a sense, like it's a vibe. You know what I mean? It's real fly shit. You know what I'm saying? If you look him up and you see how he dresses, it's some fly shit. So I thought it was dope.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a restaurant. You ever been to it?
I haven't ate the food. I've been inside though. I haven't ate the food yet. I've been inside. It's very crowded when it's open. So like you gotta like book ahead of time. But we tried to do one of those little pop ups and it didn't really work out. But it's a nice facility though, a nice spot. I like it. The ambiance in it is dope. You got the little basketball, little court you can shoot around. It's dope. It's dope.
Yeah, I love that spot. So it's funny you said that. I was like, okay, I know that part.
Yeah, definitely.
No, that's fire. So I was listening to it, and then I'm gonna say this wrong. Kakarit.
Oh,
Help me out here.
Kakarot. Yeah, the
Yeah, you
Kakarot.
did say Kakarot, and I was like, watch, when I do it on the interview, I'm gonna pronounce it completely wrong because like I can't get it.
Nah, it's Japanese. It's Japanese. It's I guess that's the character's name. That's the character's name in from Dragon Ball Z, which I
I
believe.
saw that.
Yeah, so it's like and that's why I got it at the end of the song. Is his brother, but the alien version of him is like they. It's just a lot. That whole deep context is just like I felt like when that beat came on, I didn't really have no strong concept. I just had a lot of bars. I had a lot of saying energy. So I named it Kakarot because Super Saiyans they light up when energized, and all of that. So I was just like took that concept and I ran with it mentally, and I just called it Kakarot. And I also like the sampling at the end of it, so it was dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You feeling that song? You like that song a lot?
I do like the song, but you know what it was? So first of all, I googled Kakarot, right?
Okay.
And I saw it was like Dragon Ball Z because I heard it at the end of the song too, and I was like, I was like, I would have never guessed that you was drawing inspiration from there.
It's from Drag, yeah, Drag, yeah. I got in one of my other projects, like what I do is when I with my music, a lot of people, I'm saying when they tap into my catalog and they listen to like because I have a lot of mixtapes, EPs, and albums. When you listen to songs, you listen to projects like in sequence. You'll the names of the songs. You might see a part two to that name or another character spinning off that name. It's just like a continuation. You know what I'm saying? It kind of it's just more of to grab the attention of the listener. Like, well, what's this about? And then the whole concept would be different. But yeah, I think
Gotcha.
yeah, I think it's cool. It's just like a little mind trick I be trying to play on people so they can, tap in, click. You know what I mean? But yeah, but I don't know. I think somebody was playing Dragon Ball Z while we was in the studio. Like, my engineer got like the vintage game systems in it. I mean, shout out to my boy Sloppy Joe Beast. You know what I'm saying? He had that whole like Nintendo 64 different did all types of different game consoles and stuff like that. They pulled out the PS3 and they were playing Dragon Ball Z while I actually made that song. So
Wow,
yeah,
that's dope.
yeah, it fell in line. It was cool.
Do you typically make music in the studio, or is there like some place where you find that all the time you have like certain lyrics that come to mind?
I don't really have no specific domain where I make music. Just more of like just really be in the studio. Like I like to free write. I like to be prepared. I'm more of a person that likes to, you know, be on point. I like to get more work done. So then I could focus on them in the next session, then focusing on like the production, the vocals, and the mastering of the, making it sound good sonically all together. You know what I'm saying? Besides my work. So I don't really like. I just if I got some beats and some good headphones with bass in them, I'm alright. If I got the opportunity to, it's no, you know what I mean. I like to make music organically too in the studio, like with artists. If I'm working with somebody, I like to just jump in there and just we just throw a beat on and we just feeding off each other's vibes. You know what I'm saying, pretty much.
Definitely. And I saw you did have about like three features on Gotham, and I
Yeah.
was, and one of the okay, so
Well, actually, it's
11:30.
it's actually it's actually on Gotham. It's five features on Russian Creams. I don't know why. I don't know the distributor. They didn't like. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have any like. I don't know. They didn't put the feature names on it. I don't know why they didn't do that. That gave me a hard time. But yeah, shout out to my boy Flashy and Fleazo. They on Russian Cream. That's the last song of the album and everything. So everybody tune into that. But
Yes, so I'm glad you brought that up because that's actually where I was going with it. I was like listening to it, and sometimes it didn't sound like your voice. It's like,
yeah,
okay, I know that's not his voice.
yeah,
And
not them. Yeah, Fleazo's the second verse. Flashy's the last one, and then I did the bridge at the end and going it back into my hook. You know what I'm saying? So I tried to spread the cloud. It didn't work too well, but they definitely on the records. They dope artists, and they about to start putting out solo music as well. So shout out to them.
yeah, definitely dope. I did enjoy listening to it, even though I was like, I'm not sure who, you know, but we're
Who they
gonna get
are?
into
Yeah.
Russian Cream later.
Yeah.
So I did want to ask you, so how did you go about picking your features?
How'd I go about picking my features? Pretty much, my feature process is just like just like people I know that locally that do music that I have relationships with like regularly. So it's just like we working with different. I'm working with different artists. I reach out to other artists. I don't really try to reach out too much to the artist that's already famous because they charge a little too much and different things of that nature. But like, I mean, you know, if we could vibe, you know what I'm saying, and I like your character as a person, I gotta really like you as a person to work with you musically. So, these dudes I know personally, and, we just go from there, and they have a vision, and who am I to, downplay that? You know what I'm saying? If anybody can make it work, you know what I'm saying? We all got a
That's
story.
dope.
So,
Yeah, so I was wondering, I know you just said you do not pay, like you're not interested in paying a bunch of money for a feature, which totally
yeah,
makes sense. Let's say you had an opportunity, right, to get
yeah.
three features and you had an endless flow of cash. Who are the three artists you're choosing and why?
Okay. Um, I would say. I would definitely get Kendrick Lamar on the record. He's like one of my favorite writers. You know what I'm saying. that I enjoy musically, I would say I would get I would get Future on the record because that's definitely gonna be a hit. He's gonna bring that energy. And then I would probably go with a female singer. I would go with Janae Aiko. You know what I'm saying? Because like I like her soulful energy. Her voice is dope. She has a good playing game, and she's a Pisces like me, so we could definitely make it work. You know what I mean? Make something dope. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's dope. I was not expecting you to say Janae Aiko. That
Nah,
was fire.
I'm a real big R&B. I'm a real big R&B buff. Like you know what I'm saying, I grew up on more of the R&B side. Living with moms. She gonna play her Keisha Cole's, Mary J. Blige's and stuff. So once I got in tune with singers and things of that nature, I started doing my own. Tapping into like the female artists, the singers, and the male artists. Mostly the female ones. I like the female ones a little bit more.
That's fire. Shout out to that.
Yeah, dope.
So, what do you think is the most meaningful song that you've made to date and why?
The most meaningful song I made today and why I would say that's a song called London, and it's on my Fashionable Crime album. I got a video for that on YouTube, by the way. Pretty much it's just just giving you the everyday view of how we adjust to so-called middle or low class. I don't know. Like it's pure honesty and pain, and just letting y'all know, like you know what I'm saying. We go through things too over here. You know what I'm saying. So, and they're overlooked a little bit more. So just trying to shed some light on some things, and trying to relate to my brothers that's trying to better themselves from the struggle in the streets, things of that nature.
Definitely. Okay. I definitely respect that too because I think I always say like Yonkers, and you said this too in a line on Gotham, the Lost Borough.
Mhm.
It's just so funny because it's like we're so close, but we're so far. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like we're dead center, but like we not accounted for. You know what I'm saying? And there's many other places like us. You know what I'm saying within Westchester is not accounted for. So like, I just feel like we need a little bit more recognition. We need a little bit more shine on our music. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of talent here. From the young artists to the older ones, even the ones that been rapping before me. So, it's just all about the creativity and longevity of the artist. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the hunger too. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the
that's
hunger.
true.
You gotta really want it. You know what I mean?
And it's funny you said that because I feel like you definitely talk about the pain and you give an idea of what it's like to be where you're from, which is Yonkers, right? So
Yeah.
on "Don't Believe Me," it was cool how you did the spin on that. Okay, don't believe me, try me. Like that was interesting.
Yeah, there. It's like, yeah, don't believe me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like that's for like, more the trappy, gangster rap lane in a sense. I tried to mix it up because I know, the dudes they want to hear the tougher music and all of that, and I can relate to it. But I tried to give them a little spin on it and try not to be too, you know what I mean? Because I try to keep it a little PG, you know what I'm saying? Since sometimes you gotta clean it up. And I'm not one of those artists that like to go back and do the clean cuts. I be wanting the engineer to do it, and that's difficult because then you gotta replace words and things. But like, I tried to flip it because what I had before, it wasn't working. It was too much. So I think it
Yeah.
worked. I'm glad you liked it though.
Yeah, no, I did. I did. It definitely worked. So I was wondering, I wanted to twist it, right? So obviously quarantine is very different time. So instead of "Don't believe me," this question is going to be what are three things you cannot believe?
I
Like three
cannot
things,
believe.
yeah, like three things. Instead of saying "Don't believe me," for you it's like I cannot believe.
Okay. Three things I cannot believe. I cannot believe that we're in quarantine. I didn't expect this for 2020. I cannot believe that the government dropped files on aliens. That was interesting. I thought that was cool. And I don't know. My third one is I can't believe that we don't have no NBA champions. That's
It's a
that's
good one.
that's yeah. I was wow. That hurts even thinking about it. Hurts. Uh,
Yeah, that is bad. Life without sports. Eh.
Yeah,
Shout out to Verdon. I am Terrell Blair. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in so far.
shout out to them.
And yeah, like, are you okay? Like, are you one of those diehard NBA fans? Like,
Yes, I'm a diehard NBA fan. My favorite player retired. D Wade retired. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm rocking with James Harden, and I mean, well, I don't know. I don't think KD was coming back. If he was, I'd have definitely been in Brooklyn at the games. But I'm definitely I'm a diehard sports fan. Period. I like sports. Period. Like mostly basketball, baseball. I like baseball. Football. I'm on and off with it. My friends like football a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much it. And what else? I ain't gonna lie, I'm a big WWE fan. I still, you know what I'm saying? It's not the same, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely not the same. But
yeah.
UFC, all of that, they still doing events. A lot of these like the combat fighting and stuff, they still doing events, there's just no crowd. You know what I'm saying? So you can still see that on television and things of that nature. Other than that, it's just TV series and reality TV.
Yeah,
Black
it's
ink.
very different.
Yeah,
Black
yeah,
Ink Crew,
definitely.
that's what you
Yeah,
be
yeah, Black
watching?
Ink. I don't really like Love and Hip Hop too much. Well, I like the New York ones. I like the one with Jim Jones on it. Other than that, the rest of them are just miscellaneous. But
Yeah, no, I definitely peeped that. I understand because I was like watching TV for a little bit too, and I was like, nope, let's start creating. I'm like, this is not gonna work.
it's not. Yeah, don't be doing it for me all the time.
Yes, and in terms of visuals, music
Mhm.
videos, right? So I do want to know if you have any ideas or any plans for upcoming music videos while we are in quarantine. But I also want to know from you, what do you feel like is your favorite music video to date and why?
Okay. Well, I definitely got music videos in the works. I'm actually shooting one June 6th to Bitcoins. That's the second track on the album. So I'm
Nice.
trying to set that up. It's been difficult because a lot of locations are closed off. You can't, use warehousing in certain locations, mostly outside locations. So I'm trying to put things together. Have my camera crew pull up there. Um, Shout out HQ Films, Greenleaf Multimedia. But like, yeah, pretty much that's that. I got like, I'm trying to do more of like a cinematic film. Like, I'm trying to put like a small short story together for the Gotham album. Kind of like, I want to say like a sing along. I don't want to do one of those, but like, kind of like, have dialogue in between the music videos and stuff. Like, kind of like if the real hip hop fans know if they watch Jay-Z Streets is Watching DVD. But his was more sing alongish. I was trying to do mine more from the state property lane. You know what I mean? So that's just one concept. I got a lot of ideas. I put it on paper, but it's not. Still teaching myself how to write a script in sequence, and it's this Google.
Yeah, it's a process, but
It's a process, but it can be done though. It can definitely.
yeah, it'll be so worth it.
Yeah, facts. I can't wait for it. And then to answer your question, my favorite music video right now, I watch a lot of music videos, so I would probably say my favorite music video right now would be it's hard to really pick one. I could give you two solid ones. I would say Drake's Tootsie Slide video because he's doing it at his house, and his house is phenomenal. I like how he stunts, like he stunts so calmly. It's dope. So I'm jacking that vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Good one.
Let me see. Number two, the number two video would probably be I would say I think Gunna's last video, Skybox. I thought that was very creative, and I like how he brought like the '70s fashion to light and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying with the designer bell bottoms and the Air Forces. I thought that was cool. Like, you know what I'm saying, kind of paying homage.
That makes
I like
sense.
the old school vibes.
Definitely. That makes sense. Yeah, based
Yeah,
on everything you were saying, especially with the Pumas, I was like,
yeah,
okay, yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah. He's doing it right. He's doing his thing
that's you all the way.
for sure.
Um,
For
and I was listening to your music. One thing that I saw that came up when I was listening, well, you do talk about snitching. You do talk about like
sure.
other
Yeah,
people who do that. That you don't jack
yeah.
that.
Nah, don't can't do it.
Yes,
It's against the code to me personally. Everybody to each his own, but definitely not feeling that.
And it's crazy because there's a lot going on, like current events wise. Did you ever in your life imagine that 6ix9ine would come home and have this many views and this amount of success?
Well, yeah, because America has a craving for entertainment. When you see it, it's like, the rap game is fickle, period. So it's like, it's either you're really, you really who you say you are, or you're not. And you got the machines and the people that are protecting you with like his situation. For the most part, I would personally say that, like, you know, he can't come back from that, no matter how much he tries. I mean, the little kids, you can't really put them in this situation because they don't understand it. They only like, him for who his personality and the beats. They like his little, I'm saying, they like his content, they like his songs. I'm saying, everybody else is gonna continue to make him famous because they keep feeding into the nonsense and things of that nature. You feel me? So, you know, people showed me his live. I didn't give him no views, but we heard his points. To him, it was valid. It's not a valid point to snitch on people, and you were participating in those activities. This is a part of the code. I'm saying, you make your bed, you got to lay in it. I'm saying, this I got a homie. I'm saying, I got multiple homies that's federal indictment, and they facing their time like men due to decisions they made. You know what I'm saying? So, and just in all reality, he got to own up to what he's done, and the corporations is going to milk that. You know what I'm saying? Money is common sense.
Right.
He's getting away with it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to harm him. So it's just, you got to just put two and two together. But I just hope that message is not put out there. You know what I'm saying? You do something and then you tell on the other people you did it with. That's not fair. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Right, absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, I ain't feeling son. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's funny as hell because he's pissing the other famous people off. It's funny. That shit is funny because they wasting their time. It's like you arguing with them for you arguing with them for, and it's backfiring on you because now everybody think you a bozo. But that's another story for another thing.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. Because I was like, I know you have an opinion on it because I was listening to it and I was like, I know he felt some type of way. Like, well, not
Yeah.
personally, of course,
Nah,
because
I
it's
didn't
not
like. Yeah,
true.
but I wasn't feeling that. Like, it didn't put it bad. Like, you be like being from New York, and that, saying that's discrediting NY because we already looked at as um the bully, not bully of rap or the bully of the culture. We created this, so we controlled the narrative for so long, and now the narrative is in other places because nobody in New York sound like New York rappers anymore. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Real talk. Let's stay facts. In order for them to sell records, they have to sell like Atlanta rappers. They have to sell like, what I'm saying, or not really sound like a West Coast rapper, but get on their beats and do features with them and stuff like that. Like, if New York rap, if New York rap was the way it's supposed to be, Dave East would be where Jay-Z is.
That's funny. I had this conversation with somebody today, and I was like,
Vado would still be, relevant in the
yup.
sense of like I'm saying, I don't, no disrespect to him because he's relevant because I listen to his music all the time, but like he could have been, where a lot of these, I'm saying, dudes were. You know what I'm saying? Like he had like the wordplay, the lyricism. He was like he was like a young, I wouldn't say a young version of AZ, but you know what I'm saying, he gave me that vibe. You know what I'm saying, he emulated that vibe for me. So you know, it's this is different. It's
Yeah.
a lot of MCs. You know what I'm saying, Fred the Godson, RP, when he was you know what I'm saying, like, and why has the sound, but our sound right now is what A Boogie, TJ, and JR are producing, like more of the melodies and the singing. And at first, I was against it. I was like, but it's good music. You know what I'm saying? They make good. You know what I'm saying? They make great records. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in the comments, my boy Slavy, you gotta check out his merchandise as well. He said Troy Ave. Troy Ave was nice too, but you know what I'm saying, he got put in another situation with the snitching, the whole concept, and all of that stuff. So I'm saying, whether or not he did it or not, or if the other dude did it or whatever, it just, once you get put in that, it just gives you a bad. You know what I mean, New York is already fickle. You know what I'm saying, it's hard to get New York to dance to your record. You know what I'm saying? So, and then, it's different. Everything's changed. The narrative is ran by the younger dudes. And the younger dudes in New York, like in Brooklyn, is just Brooklyn's whole sound is basically a more catchier version of Chicago. The drill music. Only person I can say from New York that had their own swag on the come up, Pop Smoke, RP. Like he had it. He had that energy that was going. If we didn't have this epidemic and New York was open and he was Summer Jam, it went through the roof. I'm telling you, like I'm saying, Don Q too, like he's an MC, like they like I'm saying, and I'm not putting Pop Smoke in their lane because they more of lyricists. Pop was more of like I'm saying like the more of the charts rapper, the rapper that can put New York back on the billboards and I'm saying get people to being more creative and being themselves. He created his own like people wasn't doing that dance until he started doing it. You know what I'm saying? People wasn't using the slang until he started doing it. So that's New York. I'm saying even though it's Brooklyn, New York, it's still New York, and we gotta
Yeah,
hold
still
on
New
to
York.
that because New York is losing their identity. It's, I'm saying there's no more no tape ups and fades. Everybody got colorful braids and all that. Or I don't even see the Jim Jones braids no more or the stack bundles. Everything is changing, and there's nothing wrong with change. And I salute all of the young dudes out there. You know what I'm saying I
That's
want to
true.
see more. I want to see more.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Shout out to Don Q and Davies. It's
Yeah,
hard because I was telling them like people earlier. I was like, yo, for whatever reason, Davies doesn't have like that hit record. Like,
yeah.
nope.
He don't have. And some rappers don't be those radio guys. You know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
some rappers they lose themselves chasing that. So he probably just, you know, he found his lane. He found his core fan base, and then he found a new talent. He's good at acting. You know what I'm saying? He's on the Wu Tang series. So when I was watching that, he's pretty good at that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying, Dave East is one of like he's a dope storyteller, but like majority of the people that know his music are males. Females only know certain records. You know what I'm saying, or females really into him for more of his appeal. You know what I'm saying, so if he start leaning to making
Yeah.
more female records, like kind of how Fab started, I think he'll do good. Like he got a kind of LL Cool J to vibe, and I don't think he really want to step into that lane. But I think he could. I think he could thug it out, keep it his same vibe. You know what I'm saying, and make it work. You know what I mean?
I agree a hundred
Should be.
percent.
Yeah. That's the only way he's gonna really get that chart record because I'm saying you got to follow up with the machine song, and then it's gonna follow up with the real lyricist, dope, hard knock life type of song that's gonna move people, or unless he can make a something that got an impact like a 99 Problems where everybody can relate to. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, that's a fact.
yeah, yeah. So I don't know.
So I definitely want to say, well, first shout out to Corey on the live as well.
Yeah, shout
Um,
out to Boy Slavy.
yes, and I
So
want to talk about finally we could get to Russian Cream, right? So I always, when an artist makes their song, their final song, there's a lot that goes into it. Why did you make Russian Cream like that one song to close out Gotham?
all right, so pretty much like from start to finish, the first song of the album is "Spin the Whip." That's more of like the introduction of saying like it's a song that I made during the process of one of my friends passing away. So it was more of like a like damn this would my mindset would have been if we would have got some get back on that. So the whole thing was like I painted pictures in the middle. Like it started with spin the whip, going into like, all right, we getting past that. We transgression and we, you know, kind of Bitcoin. Like I'm talking about, Ponzi and people that do the scamming thing a little bit. They hustling, they turning up. A little more ratchet vibe. Just bringing them down, and then you get to the middle, it's more pain, more heartfelt, more deep stuff, family orientated music. You know what I'm saying? And then Russian Creams was just to end it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like we're gonna leave this bitch with a bang. We're gonna turn up. I'm saying Soul Train line it out. Like the beat was dope. You know what I'm saying? My boys was feeling it because I laid the hook down. The hook was laid down for like 2 months,
No
and then
way.
yeah, it was 2 months. I was in the studio, had like 2 hours left, and they was dying to get on the record, and I was like, if y'all like it, we could do it. I let them do their verses first, and then I laid my verse. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? I
nice.
want I wanted to feed off of their energy, and then it was just dope. Everybody stayed in their own lane and pocket, and it went up from there. So it was a good vibe, good vibe. And we had Russian creams in there. We smokers, so for cannabis smokers, we had the Russian creams lit. It was a good vibe. Yeah,
That's fire.
yeah. So yeah, but
Definitely.
yeah. They name all my friends. They name the songs. I have. I'll be in the midst of making this song. 10 people that they be socializing about whatever. And once the beat play and the verses is laid, they tune in and they focus and they giving their criticism and things like that nature. And people. And I don't really. It'd be hard to pick the names. I be forgetting what I named some of the other songs, and I be trying not to name them the same stuff. So they be making them up or giving me ideas. So we ran with that. Bro was just like, yo, call it Rush. He was like, call it Russian Cream, and I was like, nah, somebody already has a song called Russian Cream. I'm just call it Russian Cream. He's like, put the S on it. Yeah.
Ah,
So just stretch it. You know what I'm saying? Make it look, present it a little different, wrap it up a little different. You know what I mean? So it was cool. It's a good vibe, and I just wanted to really showcase. You know what I'm saying? Uh, the creativity and the artistry of my friends and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They good dudes. So then, I believe in their talents. That's pretty much. I just wanted to share the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty
that's
much.
dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when people hear Bridge Belvy and they listen to your music, what is one thing you want them to feel at the end of it all? So not even just the project, it could be like any song or when they hear your name in general.
Okay. I would want them to like pretty much like when they hear my name, I want them to just basically like just the college had a PhD course on how to be a street dude and survive without getting caught up in things and all of that, and that would be the way that I would connect to the people, kind of drop knowledge a little bit. I would tell them to definitely check out what was this song on there? One of my favorite songs on there, I would say Map Out or Poverty on the Gotham album. Tap into
Mm-hmm.
that. Those are deep records. You know what I'm saying very aggressive, but it comes from the heart though. So it worked out.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, so wait, why were those two your favorite? Just because it's aggressive, like the
Yeah,
vibe of it?
it's just like yeah, I had a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? I was going through a lot at the time, and so it's just like me just letting how I feel out. You know what I'm saying? In ways and just old discrepancies and things popped up into my mind. So it's just more like I'm more of a
Mm.
conceptual rapper. You feel me? I'm more of like I like I'm, I'm lyrical. I'm a lyrical conceptual rapper. So I want to paint scenarios for you of things that I experienced or maybe a friend experienced, and that thing might have been putting him in depression or on him, and I could find ways to voice that for him. You feel me? So that's how I just basically do my bodies at work. Just like I take what I learned and what I've been through in my life and what my friends been through and just put it out there. Everybody got a story, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes other people don't know how to tell their story, but they be wanting you to tell it for them. So it's just, I take the opportunities to do that. A lot of pros and cons in the music. You know what I'm saying? If I talk about, if I say this and that, I explain why this is done and the repercussions of, what I'm saying, things of that nature. You gotta, because a lot of these kids they hear the music and they think they gotta go outside and jump off the porch and be extra, and that's not about life. You know what I'm saying? You'll learn it as you go. You know what I'm saying? Either the
That's
easy
true.
way or the hard way. So you'll learn it as you go, and and then you won't be caught up in those situations and be in front of law enforcement and things of that nature. You just gotta move accordingly, mind over matter, and just be militant. Just be a humble person. Give back. Ain't nothing wrong with showing love. A lot of people don't know how to love, so it just be rough. So that's pretty much the concept of those music. It is just somebody scorned from so much disappointment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
No, that's definitely deep and real.
yeah, it's real. Yeah, definitely. We all going through it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, uh, lost lives during this epidemic. A lot of people are, struggling because it's epidemic. It's hard to eat, hard to go places. You're not working, and then you got to depend on the system. It's rough, and I'm blessed to be an essential worker and a business owner because
Yes,
could have been backwards. You know what I mean? So it's a
that's
blessing,
amazing.
definitely.
And do you have like a story of where somebody give you feedback, like, yo, bro, like I needed to hear that? Like, do you have one of those?
Um, yeah, I always like, you know what I'm saying? I always get feedback, on a personal tip. People hit me up like, or they quote lines. I got hit up about what's the name of the record? It's called it's 11:30 on the project. I think
Hmm.
but it's in Roman numerals on there. So it's like that. That's more of like a love type of song. And somebody told me like, "Yo, what made you flip like Genuine's hook and all that and create your own vibe around it?" And what I'm saying? I'm a Pisces, so we like more passionate and what I'm saying? I'm a lovey-dovey type of guy at times, so I just wanted to share that vibe, and I would probably say that song. Like somebody was like, that helped their little relationship and set the mood for them and they vibe. So I was like, all right, I got the job done. A little sprinkle a little bit of R&B Belvy on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was surprised when I heard that one. I was like, what? Like, first of all, I
Yeah,
thought, yeah, like when I hear Bridge Belly, I think like battle rap first. Then I listen to the album, I'm like, yo, these songs are really, really dope. Then I got to
yeah.
that song and I was like, what? I just never would have guessed
Yeah,
that.
nah, a lot of people think it's gonna come off battle rap and real hip hop ish and more of like in the Eminem, Royce the 5'9" lane. I could tackle those lanes like
Hmm.
like them and was it Benny the Butcher and them. I could tackle those lanes with real strong hip hop lyricism, bar for bar, really no hooks. But I try to make just mix it up. I like R&B music. Like my pen game for R&B music is serious, but I can't really sing like that. That they help us out, and I tried to Tory Lanez it as much as possible. So, but it was a fun experience. I thought the song came out dope. My engineer, he was fucking with it. He was like, "Yo, this is out." Like he was saying, we just gonna fix this part, fill this in, and and we just went from there. I let a few of my female friends hear it, and they was rocking with it. Once the females rock with it, then it's a go. So I threw it
Yeah.
on there. I didn't really know where to place it. That was really supposed to end the album, but I was like, that'd have
Mm.
been a weird way to end it. So I threw it in the middle, kind of like an interlude, like just because when you listen to the songs you knocking, it's real hardcore, then it gets slow at the middle. You like, what the fuck is this? Like this is him saying this is him. Like okay, you know what I mean? So you gotta, yeah, exactly, Slater. You gotta T-paint it sometimes. That's how you pay the bills. That's how
It
the
was
streets go.
dope. You
Yeah, definitely.
definitely succeeded.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying I got good feedback on that record. You know what I'm saying so hopefully it continues to do more. Maybe I want to do a grown and sexy video to that too, something real classy. So I'm gonna put something together for that. So
Yeah,
keep an eye
that
out for
would be
that.
fire. Was
Definitely.
that your first record like that?
No, I got other records like
Okay.
that, but they're not really too much in the singing lane, more of a rapping lane. But like it was dealing with the same
Okay.
concept in a sense, or you know, like heartbreak, like a couple of heartbreak rap records. Like the whole melodic thing is new to me. I'm trying it on for size. I wouldn't say I'm gonna stay in that lane. It's not really my thing, but it's alright. It's cool. It's a lot of that going around. I don't want to join the bandwagon too much though. But if I could pull a couple good records out of that, I would definitely lock in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
For sure.
it was good. I'm not gonna lie, it was good. And I definitely like the whole project and I'm looking forward
Thank
to the
thank
visuals
you.
that you put out.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I'm gonna definitely try to get at least. Um, I had a lot of projects, so I've been slacking on visuals. I try to like it's like Batman, stay in the shadows. So I think I'm gonna probably do like I'm gonna get 5 visuals out of this whole project done. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And try to work my way into putting a film together, for short film for the move for the project and everything, and then just from there, I'm just build on the next project and then just go from there. I really record a lot of my music in the winter, so
That's
you know what I'm saying? It's,
fire.
it's not much to do. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me on your platform, man. And I'm gonna spread the
We
word.
gon' crash you if it's static, we smoke ops, dog. My jacket from London, she think I'm a top boy. Guy with the beam, keep popping these beans, I think my soul tone. My goonies spazzing when it's traffic, do you so wrong? We gon' crash you if it's static, we smoke ops, dog. My jacket from London, she think I'm a top boy. Guy with the beam, keep popping these beans, I think my soul tone. My goonies spazzing when it's traffic, do you so